Remain prepared, remain vigilant, don't panic, but be informed. Reporting live from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, I'm Chelsea Davis. Again, so much for your time and your hard work here. Dr. Charles McCreary, the director here at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. Again, just to wrap it up, remain prepared, remain vigilant, don't panic, but be informed. Reporting live from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, I'm Chelsea Davis for Hawaii News Now.
Chelsea, Dr. McCreary, thank you very much. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of our continuing coverage of the Kilo wave.
There seems to be some kind of pattern that's developing here. Now I believe there's been 5 eruptions, earthquakes. We felt the last 2 ones. I think one was a 5.6, one was a 6.0.
He's seen this before. He's not
that, I'm going to get some help.
Before, Ikaika Marzo, who was one of the
in high definition from KGMB and KHNL. This is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 5.
Madam Pele is in full force.
She's not done. This is not over.
As massive earthquakes rock the Big Island, opening more fissures in Leilani Estates.
Emergency responders are frantically evacuating residents.
The latest on the efforts underway right now.
We're live tonight with live team coverage on this Kilauea eruption. And we begin with breaking news tonight from the Big Island, where residents are witnessing the power of Madam Pele.
Yeah, in all, there have been 6 eruptions throughout the Leilani Estates area. One of them was followed by a massive 6.9 magnitude earthquake that happened just after 12:30 this afternoon. It was the largest earthquake recorded in Hawaii in more than 40 years. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center says there was a small tsunami on the Big Island, but there was no widespread tsunami threat. Hawaii Volcano's National Park has been shut down as a result of all that activity at Kilauea.
And right now there have been no reports of significant earthquake damage, but we've just learned that there has been a 6th fissure that opened up in Leilani Estates. One of the flows destroyed at least 2 homes. And 48 hours after the first eruption, mandatory evacuations are still underway and emergency shelters are set up at the Pohoa Community Center and the Kea'au Community Center.
The State Department of Transportation shut down Highway 130. This is between Highway 132 and Leilani Estates. Several schools are also now closed. UH Hilo Hawaii Community College and also several Pohoa schools are closed right now.
3 charter schools on the Big Island also remain closed due to the lava threat. And we've just learned 2 more charter schools will also be closed on Monday.
Holy f***. You guys all right?
A lot of excitement and panic. You can see just how violent that 6.9 magnitude earthquake was. It literally rocked the areas, things swaying, rattling nerves. People even reporting it flung their refrigerator doors open and everything inside falling to the floor.
Incredible video. We have team coverage across the state tonight, but we begin with Mileka Lincoln, who has been on the ground on Hawaii Island since Wednesday. She joins us now live with the very latest. Mileka?
Aloha, Sean. We are in front of the closure that is now in place along Highway 130, one of the many signs that have gone up that have certainly added to the tension that is growing in this community and really others across the lower East Rift Zone of Kilauea Volcano as a result of the intense activity, the volatile situation of the last 24 hours. And we had a chance to get up close to take a look at one of the leading fronts of that lava pushing through Leilani Estates before the complete closure of that area was ordered as a result of rising sulfur dioxide levels that are extremely harmful. And you can see the smoke that it sent billowing up and the concern really from all officials who are here on the scene who want to try to make sure that they keep everyone as safe as possible, including the USGS HVO scientists who are out in the field trying to gather whatever data they can in order to put together a possible projection of what this flow could do next. We had the opportunity to speak one of the residents of Kalapana whose family has experienced something like this before, Ikaika Marzo, who was one of the first to report that an eruption had taken place yesterday. Take a listen to what he had to say about the increased activity with 2 massive earthquakes and 6 eruptions today.
Like after the first eruption yesterday on Mohala Street, I said this again, I'm going to say this one more time. She's not done. This is not over. There's too much lava in the system.
Now, for the most part, residents of Leilani Estates and also, as you guys have mentioned, Lenny Puna Gardens have been abiding by that mandatory evacuation notice, which is in place. However, there have been a few holdouts. There are several residents who live in this neighborhood who are off the grid, who may not have been as informed as they needed to be about the potential for evacuation, and other elderly residents, some kupuna, who just think they can shelter in place. We spoke with one of the residents who was preparing to leave after loading his truck really to the brim with whatever he could fill it with as he made his dash out of the Leilani Estates area. He was visibly shaken and had this to say about the experience.
He said he's been here for a long time. He's seen this before. He's not leaving. He's got his service dog. At his property right now, we can smell no smoke. We can see it off in the distance. But I told him it's now on the bottom side of the hill. Before we had the hill keeping the lava away from us. And now it's at the bottom of the hill. And it was really smoking bad. You could smell it in the air.
You can hear the desperation as he explains, trying to beg. One of his elders was forced to relocate this afternoon as a result of those rising sulfur dioxide levels and concern for sulfur poisoning.
That, you know, I'm going to get some help.
Although the men's shelter
From Hawaii News Now and your team for severe weather, this is your forecast with Guy Hagi.
Now, in addition to that volcanic situation over on the Big Island, on the other end of the state, flooding is possible. A flash flood watch is posted for the western and northern islands, Niihau, Kauai, and Oahu. Flooding possible. We could get heavy rain and thunderstorms expected to dry up by tomorrow night. There's that big mass of moisture. Already some light scattered showers are coming in over Kauai. So far, we haven't seen anything heavy, but a disturbance dropping in from the northwest tonight could enhance these showers. We could get some heavy rain in the overnight hours. Although right now, we're not seeing much more than a few showers pop up out towards Wahiawa and over on the windward side. So far, the rainfall has been minimal, although it is very cloudy across the state. A few light showers out towards Lanai and out towards Ulupalakua. Otherwise, Maui County is not seeing much. A few showers out towards Kapalua as well. But you can see very sparse in terms of rainfall. So at least the Big Island people don't have to worry about rain. It should be relatively dry for the next several days for the Big Island. Now, there's that mass of moisture slowly pulling away to the north. So until it fully pulls away, we'll see increasing showers tonight through early tomorrow morning, mainly for Kauai and Oahu. And then as that rain lingers, we are expecting drier conditions to move in for the east end of the state. But that rainfall should be gone by tomorrow night, although the clouds will likely linger. So no matter where you are, county by county, we'll likely see cloudy skies tomorrow. Most of the rain will linger over Kauai and Oahu, especially early in the day. Drier conditions coming in by tomorrow night. And then we'll see maybe some afternoon showers pop up over the Big Island's Kona side because of the light winds. Now you can see the surf situation tomorrow is going to be pretty dismal. We are expecting, however, a solid swell due into north and west shores tomorrow. Not tomorrow, most likely on Monday, that could trigger a high surf advisory. Small waves in town, and watch out box jellyfish might be swimming into south and southwest shores sometime on Monday. So again, there's a threat for heavy rain tonight through early tomorrow morning. It's going to be cloudy pretty much statewide, drier conditions and more normal trade wind weather due back by Sunday.
All right, thank you very much, Guy. Well, the situation still developing on the Big Island, and our coverage of the Kilauea eruption continues. Don't forget to download our mobile app.
Yep, our web team constantly sending out emergency alerts and updating our online story, and that includes a link to the most recent earthquakes in the area and also answers to some of your frequently asked questions. We've also posted a timeline of this eruption and previous eruptions, as well as video and also photos that you've been sending in to us. We have much more of our continuing coverage of the Kilauea eruption in 2 minutes at 6 on KGMB, KHNL, and K5.
With the Hawaii News Now mobile app, breaking news is in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by Little Caesars Pizza with 5 locations on Oahu. Definition from KGMB.
Right now at 6, breaking news as Kilauea unleashes new threats in Puna.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And all of a sudden, everything just started shaking the shelves. All the pictures are falling off the shelves. This was by far the strongest earthquake that I've ever experienced.
Lines of evidence. You're still seeing earthquakes in the region, and you're probably still feeling some. Today was an exceptional day for that. Also, we have some instruments that are measuring the motion.
Okay, so this is a live tease. Sorry.
Still moving in directions that are consistent with more molten material coming into that reservoir.
Is this a live tease?
Another.
In high definition from KGMB, this is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 6.
Right now at 6, breaking news as Kilauea unleashes new threats in Puna.
Tonight, more outbreaks in Leilani Estates, the spattering eruptions, blocking roads, igniting fires, and destroying homes.
Add to that Hawaii's strongest earthquake in more than 40 years. It's causing power outages and landslides. The 6.9 temblor south of the volcano is felt as far as Oahu. Intensive team coverage on a multi-pronged natural disaster that may just be getting started.
Guarantee is going to change people's lives after this week.
And good evening, everyone. Hawaii County Civil Defense reports a total of 6 vents spewing lava in Leilani Estates in the past 24 hours.
It's unclear how many are still active right now, but the USGS expects more outbreaks to come. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory says some of the new fissures are several hundred yards long, but none of them have resulted in a significant lava flow. Now, this video taken from above Leilani Estates this morning shows two houses on fire. The entire area remains off limits. Civil Defense says the Puna geothermal plant is secured and not affected by the lava.
Hey, you guys.
And that's what a 6.9 magnitude earthquake looks like. It struck at 12:33 this afternoon on the south flank of Kilauea. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center says the quake generated small tsunami waves. There were sea level changes of about 8 inches in Hilo and more than a foot in Kapoho. The quake was felt all the way on Oahu. Kristen Hassett was on the east side of the Big Island when she got jolted.
And all of a sudden, everything just started shaking the shelves. All the pictures are falling off the shelves. This was by far the strongest earthquake that I've ever experienced living here in Hilo. So I was definitely very scared, and more scared for my grandma's safety.
It's the biggest earthquake on the Big Island, at least as far as I know, since the 1975. We're in the clear for this earthquake in terms of any kind of a tsunami threat, but we're never out of the clear in terms of staying prepared for a future tsunami threat.
About 14,000 customers lost power in Kaumana, Hilo, and Puna. At last check, about half had been restored. The quake also triggered about 5 landslides along the Hamakua coast. County crews were working to clear the mess.
Now let's take a closer look at where this is all unfolding. The Kilauea crater is on the south side of the Big Island. The East Rift Zone sweeps down toward Leilani Estates, which is about 25 miles away. It's a community of about 1,700 residents.
More new information now. The National Park Service has closed the entire Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. The county is operating pet-friendly shelters in Pahoa and Kea'au. As many as 400 people were expected by tonight, and the county now plans to start feeding those residents. About 70 National Guard soldiers and airmen have been deployed to the disaster area. Emergency water restrictions are now in effect for Leilani Estates, Nanavale Estates, Kapoho, and Lanipuna Gardens. And a community meeting is underway right now at Pahoa High School cafeteria.
We have team coverage tonight on that community meeting and the county's plan going forward. We begin with Mileka Lincoln live tonight in Pahoa, where authorities are blocking people from returning to their homes. Mileka.
Aloha Mahea. Yes, as you mentioned, that mandatory evacuation zone is in place, and it is in part not just because of the unpredictability of the lava flow itself. There's no way of knowing what direction it will take, how quickly it may move, but also because of dangerously high sulfur dioxide levels. So high, in fact, we had to be relocated. They completely picked up the mobile incident
happening almost simultaneously.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, Pacific Tsunami Warning Center.
When it's possible.
And Mahea.
That can irritate your eyes and skin. It can also kill your plants. Allison Blair, Hawaii News Now.
That's a lot to watch out for. Thanks for the advice, Allison. Now be sure to stay with Hawaii News Now for the very latest on the Kilauea eruption on air, online, and on our mobile app. We'll have updates throughout the show tonight.
Kohiki Road, get cut now.
All that lava did have to go somewhere, the pilot said. Now, as we touched down, the earthquakes began to intensify. As that was happening, almost simultaneously.
Mic check.
Collapsed and pumped out an orange-like smoke. It was coming out. The pilot of Paradise helicopter says it was not like anything he's seen, and definitely not like earlier this week.
It's at least 700 feet deep. The whole thing collapsed. It's completely different than it used to be.
The lava all had to go somewhere. As we touched down, earthquakes began to intensify, and it was almost simultaneously when we had those earthquakes that more smoke would be pumping out of Pu'u'o'oved. That smoke, as we've been telling people, it's very hazardous. As we were flying over it, you could smell it for miles. It's very strong, and every once in a while we get a gust of wind out here in Pahoa, and we can smell it again. Reporting live, I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
Lynn, incredible video. Thank you. Well, today's 6.9 magnitude earthquake generated small tsunami waves. Officials say there was no threat.
But it sure did scare a few people at beaches in Punalu'u. Our Chelsea Davis is live tonight at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center here on Oahu with more. Chelsea?
Yeah, that's right, Mahea Ke'ahi. Scientists here at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center working hard, monitoring those water levels. They say just because there is no current tsunami threat, that doesn't mean residents are completely out of the woods. They are urging people tonight to come up with an evacuation plan with your family because you just never know. Mother Nature is completely unpredictable. And you mentioned that video from the Punalu'u area. We have a video sent into our newsroom from a viewer that shows people evacuating. This is taken at Punalu'u Black Sand Beach, and you can see the rocks there Normally it's covered with water. That's definitely not the case when this video was shot. We showed the scientists here at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center that video. They say it's actually very encouraging because that's exactly what you should do when you see the water receding. Not to panic, but definitely get away from the shore. Now, scientists say a 6.9 magnitude earthquake would normally generate a tsunami warning, but they didn't issue one, and here's why.
We have set criteria for when we might issue a warning for the Big Island. In fact, a 6.9, which is what this earthquake turned out to be, is our minimum threshold for a warning on the Big Island. But our preliminary magnitude for that earthquake was lower, and we issued an information statement, which means there's really no action required for a lower magnitude earthquake. But the later analysis based on
And we have more new video just into our newsroom. This from the State Department of Defense. The National Guard crews that flew over the area today captured this incredible video. You see the fissure there spouting lava. One of the hallmarks of this current eruption is that all these fissures are not actually producing a lasting lava flow. They're pretty spectacular and spouting a lot of heat and lava, but it's not adding up. So they seem to come and go so far, and leaving a crusty scar in the earth, but still no lasting flow, according to the USGS.
Now, 6 vents, but look how dangerously close it is to those homes. We know from county officials at least 2 homes have suffered significant damage. We also have new video here. Isaac Krakauer took a closer look at a vent that seems to have backed off near a home that burned.
You can see how far the lava splattered from the fissure there. Krakauer says even though the fountain had stopped, it still sounded like a jet engine. as the hot gases shot out from the ground.
From Hawaii News Now and your team for severe weather, this is your forecast with Guy Hagi.
Now, with the increased volcanic exhaust output, it's not looking good for the air quality for the Big Island for several days. Now, tonight, the fog will be building on the Big Island, maybe to Maui because of the light winds. Those light winds will continue tomorrow, so it's still going to be a bad situation, mainly for the east end of the state, but even Oahu could get some of that fog. And then by tomorrow night in through Sunday, the air quality clears for much of the state as trade winds build back in. Now, we are also tracking a possible severe weather scenario over on the west end of the state. Not so much rain for the Big Island, at least for the next, say, 48 hours. If anything, maybe a few light windward and Mauka showers. Pretty much the same for Maui County, although they'll likely get some cloudy skies through tomorrow as the disturbance slowly pulls away to the north. For Oahu and Kauai, the chance for heavy rain lingers tonight through tomorrow morning, and that's why the flash flood watch remains posted for the western islands. You can see those light passing showers and low-level clouds going over Kauai, but so far the rainfall has been minimal. Now there's that disturbance slowly pulling away to the north. So for the night into tomorrow, there's still a possibility for some severe weather for Kauai, Oahu, and Niihau, but that remnant moisture is moving to the north, and that means even though it lingers early Saturday, a drier air mass is moving in by tomorrow night through Sunday. That's when things are going to go back to normal trade wind weather. So it's going to be below average tomorrow. We are expecting, however, a north swell due in on Monday that could get to advisory levels. So again, tomorrow there's a chance for some severe weather early in the morning, slowly clearing up, but it's still going to be a cloudy day. Make no mistake about that. Then by Sunday, those clouds start to lift up to the north. We're going to see trade winds build in, and that means better air quality for much of the state, although we'll likely see a few scattered showers.
Selected wardrobe for Hawaii News Now anchors provided by Saks Fifth Avenue. Honored to present an exclusive line from Manaola, only at Saks Fifth Avenue, Waikiki.
With the Hawaii News Now mobile app, breaking news is in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by Little Caesars Pizza.
All right, folks, on the front overlook, I'm going to need you to come back. Thank you.
Feel that